Hi, second grade. Welcome to writing. Today is Thursday, December 3rd, 2020. So it is now December, so I figured we could do a fun writing prompt. So having a fun thing that you could write about. So today, you're going to write about a time that a snowman came to life. So like Frosty the Snowman or Olaf, how they're made out of snow, but they came to life and they went on adventures. You're going to write your own story. So in this story, you need to have characters. The snowman and anybody else that is in the story, and you need to make sure that you say their names. And remember, names are proper nouns, so the first letter should be a capital letter. Your story also needs to have a setting. Where and when does your story take place? You can think for when the season, or maybe you want to focus in on the time of day. For where, is it outside, at a house, at a gingerbread house, at a park? Be specific. Now, your story also needs to have a problem, something that's wrong or that the characters have to solve. So what is the problem in the story? What happens? And then what's the solution? How do they solve that problem? Make sure to give details about how they solve it. So you're going to write this on lined paper. At the top, please put today's date. So that way you can look back at this and remember that you wrote it today. Think of a title for your story. If you're not sure, you can leave a blank line and come back to that after you write it. Maybe you'll get an idea as you're writing. Remember, we want to start with an indent, so you can draw that big X to help remind you of that. And then you will write skipping lines. And notice how these squiggly lines, these represent like the words that you would write. Notice how I'm going all the way to that red line. And you can use transition words in your writing. Those are words such as first, second, next, also, then, after, last. There are so many more. Those are just some transition words that you can use to help your paragraph flow and make more sense. Now, there are some other things I really want you to pay attention to. After you write it, go back and reread it, because when you reread it, especially out loud, you might catch some errors, some things you need to fix. Check for punctuation, capitalization, and see if you can make any simple sentences into compound sentences. Remember, that's when we have those two short sentences and we join them together by putting a comma. Remember, that's down on the ground. And then a joining word. And, so, or but. Whichever word makes the most sense in that sentence. So try your best to try to include a compound sentence or two. And then after you've written your story and you've reread it, you can add an illustration, a picture that goes with the story. Maybe your illustration focuses on a certain part of the story, or maybe it just shows the characters or the setting. This is totally up to you. Be creative and have fun writing about the time that a snowman came to life. I can't wait to read them.